Hi there. How do you successfully apply for a job at a company that you really want to work for? Okay. What is the strategy? What is the process that you do? Do you have any process? Do you have any framework? So, in this video, that's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you my ultra secret strategy that I use for job hunting. Okay. And if you stay along, by the end of this video, I'm going to show you how you can apply this strategy for you as well. Okay, so let's get right into it. So I have this Excel sheet, and here on the right we have LinkedIn. So later I'm going to show you how to do that, how to submit an application using LinkedIn, and how this Excel sheet might be useful. So the first step in this process, in this strategy, so I will identify which companies I really want to work with. Okay, not working for, but work with. And this is just fictitious companies. These are not, as you can see, not Cisco, not Google. Okay, these are just fictitious companies. So I'll try to collect as much information as I possibly can about a specific company. So what's industry, probably the CEO compensation, and also the employee median salary. So I'm going to invest some time googling these just to kind of have an idea. Okay, is this company really profitable? Do they really have money to pay me the rate or the salary that I ask, or whether it's for a project? Do they have a budget for that? And depending on the company and the industry, you kind of have an idea of whether that company have the budget or might have the budget to pay what you ask or what you worth. Then I will also identify, let me explain this, which countries or the average salaries for certain positions in certain countries. So as you can see here, I was doing this, I don't know, a couple of years ago. I was collecting information from these countries and these positions. So you can see that, for instance, for an IT consultant in Belgium, okay, that's the average salary, okay. And on another country, the same position, that they have a different range of salary, okay. And this can be even different in same country, it can be higher, can be lower, but I just want to have an idea, okay, of if I would apply for this position in that company, what salary to expect, okay, how much do they pay. And this is not exactly true, but I just want to have, okay, some rough idea about the salary range on certain countries, okay. And in some case I will also collect information about the recruiting companies in those countries, and probably also add some information like I'm going to score the recruiting companies, or probably uh, if I had an interview with the recruiting company and they weren't so kind or polite, probably I'll have a note saying, okay, don't ever contact that company, or probably it's just a spam. Okay, so they're just trying to get information or get money from you. Okay, and I'll probably do these for identify at least the most reliable recruiting companies on certain countries. Okay, if they're reliable, if they are professional, chances are they will get back to you with other options in case they have other roles open in the future. Okay, So I will also collect information about the position, okay, as a way to identify, okay, if I'm really thinking about applying for a role in that company. So let me identify what are my weakest skills, or the skills that I don't have and wouldn't qualify me for that position, and that I can work on. For instance, this is for cybersecurity engineering. So if I were to evaluate these positions, so there is a job description, that's a summary. So this is blah 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 blah. Essential job functions. Normally, it's also blah 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 blah. What do I want to identify is the required experience. What do they need that I might have or might not have? Now, normally I try to identify a certain number of requirements that I meet, and if I meet them, then I will move forward with the application. Okay, so in this case, for this position, they require 3 to 5 years of experience, experience in financial services, knowledge of information security tool, knowledge of enterprise architecture. So I can see that, okay, for all of these requirements, I have a match. Then I would apply, but I would also identify which skills they require that I don't have, and that I believe that this might be actually important to know or to have before the interview. Okay, and let's say, for instance, let's look at cybersecurity engineer, EVC. I don't know what is this. Then I would copy these just to highlight these, and probably I have another column, tech to learn, and I would paste it here. It means that I have to uh, invest some time to learn this technology. As you can see, there are other technologies in this column that I should be learning, but this is not updated actually. So this is just for reference. So I would do the same for other positions. So cybersecurity engineer, network engineer, for instance. This one I already identified. Okay, these are matched, and I needed to gain more experience with programming or scripting in Python and or Go. Okay, I would take some time on identifying uh, those requirements, and just to make sure that if I get the interview, by the time I get the interview, uh, I'm confident about those requirements. Okay. And for each application that I make, then I would create this column. I would add to this column just to track, okay, which applications I submitted on which date, for which positions, for which countries. Did I get any feedback? Did they reply with an email? Did I schedule an interview? How many interviews they have? Okay, because in some companies, depending on the process, they might have 1, 2, 3, or even 5 interviews. I remember once I had with the hunter. So the hunter is normally the person who hunts for talent. Like, they just want to identify people that have certain skills, and then they might forward your profile to someone at the hiring team or the recruiting team, and then you would have like the second interview. It's someone from the HR department, just to trying to know, okay, if you're really a match for that position they have open, and then they would forward your profile to their client, and then you would have another interview with their client, and then probably with the team leader in that client. So it depends a lot on different companies, but there are other companies with a more efficient recruiting process. I remember this one that I applied for, and the first interview was with the team that I was supposed to work on. I consider it to be more efficient because I didn't have to spend a lot of time with the HR. Actually, I didn't get to talk with the HR because if the team where you're supposed to work with, uh, they don't see you as a match, that you don't have the profile to work in the team, so the process will stop there. Okay, so and I believe that's more efficient because it saves a lot of time for everyone, right? From the recruiting team, from the technical team, even for you as a candidate. Okay, as you can see, this is actually a very simple process to do, and I recommend that you do the same. Okay, I can tell how many times I see people complaining that they don't get a job because the company didn't reply because A, B, C, or D. And actually, it's just a matter of keeping track and understanding if the company, the position you're applying to, do you really meet the requirements? Do you really have the skills required? And whether you did your homework on preparing before the interview, in case you get the interview. Okay, and by doing this, by having this structure, at least for me, it's easier to identify whether I am a real match for that specific role or not. And in case I get a feedback from the company, then I will add this to my notes. And some companies, they say why your application didn't move forward, and some don't. But at least you're keeping track and you know where to improve. You can't improve what you can't measure. Now let's see how I would fill this sheet in case I did an application. So let's look for network engineer, and I want in, let's say, United Kingdom. Okay, just want to see results in English. Okay, senior network engineer. Now let's see. Now, one thing that I like about LinkedIn and that I use is first I would filter for the ones that I can use is apply. And where is it? Easy apply. Yes. Okay. So you can see it's going to reduce a lot. If I don't have this enabled, I have more than 3,000. But if I enable is apply, then it's reduced to 450. Now with easy apply, I don't have to submit the application on the company or recruiter company website. I can do it directly right here on LinkedIn. Okay. Now let's say I were to evaluate this position. Okay, so here you can see that's blah 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 blah, and it's seeking for a senior network engineer. Okay, ability to improve. Okay, Cisco, Juniper. Okay, that's would be a match. Skills, security. Okay, that's blah blah blah. Essential, degree, strong, the same blah 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 blah. Desirable, achieve, knowledge. This is blah blah blah. Okay, so it looks like that would be fit. So in this case, I would select what is important for me that I believe I should be looking at. So let me remove grids. Okay, so let me paste this here. This is not supposed to be an Excel lesson. I want to keep this real simple. Okay, I'm just going to delete this. Okay, so let me just get the other sheet, app tracker. So let's see, which company is this one? IFB. Okay, so probably IFB, and didn't cop I, and today is 1/4/2050, and the position is, let's see, it's the same, senior network engineer. Okay, now the country is UK. Okay, and all I have to do left is to submit the application with easy apply. Now, another option that I would also use to just to be more accurate on the positions I'm applying for is to filter by date post, and I would select max 1 week. As you can see, it's reduced to 145 results, and the reason for that is that for applications or positions that have been for more than a week, chances are there are more candidates, right? So you want to be around the top 10, 20 candidates. So by reducing the date posted, as you can see, let's select Senior Network. How many? So for this one, there are already 37 applicants. And let's take a look at this one. Okay, this one, I think I saw 60. Yes, 69. And what about this one? Oh, only 8. You can see only 8 applicants. Now, if you remove this one, let's reset this with 458. And let's say, well, let's see one that it's been for 3 weeks. Okay, so it looks like no one wants to work at this company.
Test your luck.
That's not normal. Like, it's been published 3 weeks and only 18 applicants, so probably something, especially it's on site. And this is some of the things that I would look for when submitting an application. Okay, and trying to filter as much as possible and look for positions that have less candidates as possible. Okay, so that's it, guys. As you can see, this is a very easy process that you can do, and chances are you will most likely to land or to get that job by using this process. So I hope you found this video valuable, and until the next time, adios.